When we have a data set, we would like to draw some summaries about it. Frequently, we measure center and variability of the dataset. When we talk about center of the dataset, there are different ways to look at it. Similarly, we can measure variability in different ways too. Three main measures of center of the dataset are mean, median, and mode. Each one stems from different perspective, or you can say different way to define center. Now, someone can define the center as the middle point, which balance dataset like center of mass. Remember, it's like balancing the mass. If we use this view, then center of dataset is measured using mean. Now you can see mean is heavily affected by extreme values. The second view is center of dataset is where it literally divide data into 50%, 50%. So let's say you have 10 stones, and then the median is where I divide it to 50%, 50%. If we use this idea, then the center can be measured using median. The other idea is use center as most occurring value. So here we have the mode. All of these measurements has its own advantages and disadvantages. The sample mean of dataset is the sum of data value divided by sample size. So sample mean we use the notation x bar or y bar. For the population mean, we use the notation mu. This is pronounced as mu. So here is the formula. Let's calculate mean for some small data set. Let's say I have data 1, 2, 3. This is my sample size. This is my sample set, data set. So the mean, sample mean is what? And you get, which is 2. So sample mean is 2. In the previous example, we calculated sample mean. Why do we calculate sample mean instead of population mean? Now remember, most of the time we do not have data on entire population. So we use sample mean to do inference about population mean. Sample mean is point estimate for population mean. Sample mean is a point estimate for population mean. It is an unbiased estimate. That means expected value of sample mean is population mean. The median or middle value is another way to look at center of data set. Let's calculate median for a small data set. Here is my data set. Then first we rearrange the data set in increasing or decreasing order. Then the middle value is 2. So median is 2. This is a good example where median works better than mean. In this data set, most values are in between 1 and 5. So it is natural to expect middle value in that range. So if we use median to measure the center, we get 2, which is what we expect. But if we use mean, what happens? If we use mean, then we get 21.8, which some can argue not represent the dataset as well. So what happens if you have even number of data? So let's say I add another 100 here. Then the middle value, so let's rewrite 1, another 100. Then the middle value is going to be the average of 2 middle values. So these are the 2 middle values, and we are going to take the average. Which is 3. So the median is then 3. That's the median. The last one is mode. The mode of a set of data is defined to be the most occurring value, the highest frequency. Now you should note that it is possible to have more than one mode in a data set. Now if we take this data set, then there is no mode. If we take this data set, then the mode is 2, because 2 occurs twice. All the other values occurs only one time. If we take this data set, then the mode is 2 and 4 both.